Welcome back to our show.
Sorry, Amma, I married a Kiwi.
We've been covering the first week that Samasha and I met, and when I found out that she was going to be heading back to Sri Lanka for good in 30 days.
Yeah, and normally when people meet somebody, you meet the person in like a week or two, but this is like we're still in the first week, and this is like the third date already.
This was me and Lara's master plan, so trying to get as much Sam and Samasha FaceTime as possible before she left the country to lock that down.
And what did he say to me? He said, I have a big book launch coming up. Would you like to come? And I'm like, oh my God, like this big author is having a book launch. I was like, yeah, of course, I'll come. And I said one thing, don't tell anybody. I'll just be a part of the crowd. And what did you do?
Well, I don't actually remember doing that, but I know that my mum came up to me at the book launch and she's like, Sam, is there someone that you want to introduce me to who's here? And I'm like, oh my gosh, mums are so psychic. Like, how did you know that I had someone special here today? And she's like, you told me earlier that you had a date who was coming to the book launch.
I mean, she's a psychologist, so to be fair.
She's a clinical psychic.
Yeah.
I must have just blacked out because I have no memory of telling her that whatsoever. So that's my bad.
And I spent the whole day trying to avoid your mom and dad. That's hilarious. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the book launch and then what happened after that.
30 days until Samasha leaves forever. How to win a woman in 30 days.
Make notes.
Shadow series.
Wow, that was handy.
People listening, I just showed the book and it's very beautiful. Imagine
it's a cool car.
An incredible phoenix spreading its wings, a ridiculously oversized young adult fantasy novel.
Why would you say ridiculously oversized?
It's 150. Like
that is true.
The binding was about to collapse.
Yeah, everybody asks me, so you're married to this author, have you read his books? But look at how big this book is. And like I'm expected to read 6 of these. So.
Not worth it.
No, it is worth it.
650,000 words.
Okay? So yeah, it's a cool car. I love all the books.
Thank you.
So sidetracked.
I love them a lot. And I think, as we talked about, I started writing them when I was 9. And the first one came out in 2015. So I'd pretty much written one each year since then. And this was like the final chance to celebrate all 6 books in the series being out.
Yeah, that was really nice. And you were talking about that very passionately and it was amazing. My mum writes a lot. She hasn't published, but...
she's very poetic soul.
Yeah, I know how hard it is. And I think I have to write... I don't know if you know this. I tried to write a novel when I was in... New Terms High School, but like when I was doing advanced level time.
You've never told me this.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I started writing a little bit of a novel, but I just gave up.
What was it about?
I don't want to talk about it. You're so good at writing. I just don't want to be the...
I was very terrible for a very long time. Don't mean to brag.
No, it was just about some... tuition dramas. There's a lot of love stories and stuff that I witnessed.
So it was coming from real experience?
I saw a lot of, I mean, you know, I don't know if tuition culture is a thing in New Zealand.
Not like that.
Yeah, but in Sri Lanka. So I was surprised to see the amount of banners and posters of when I say tuition, that it means after school classes for people who do ordinary level exams or advanced level exams in Sri Lanka. That's just insane.
There's a lot of documentaries that have been done on how crazy, like incredibly intense that culture is, but I just didn't know it was going to be a thing in Sri Lanka.
It is.
That you'll be driving through country roads and see big posters for this, like the face of tuition and economics.
Yeah,
it's like cutthroat. Yeah,
it is pretty crazy. I think we should have a proper podcast episode to talk about it. I had classes sometimes that would start at 5 o'clock. So we would have the 5 to 7 classes and then go to school. And then after, there would be revision after school. It's just like, what?
So you wrote about some romances taking place within the tuition
Yeah.
space.
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Just for the record of how bad my writing used to be, I was very slow at typing, so I'd get my high school friends to take home my handwritten stories, like early drafts of the Shadows series. And one guy like took it home and typed it up, and he asked me to come and collect it after school. So I went over, and he came out and he handed me a blank A4 sheet of paper. He's like, "Oh, there you go. I deleted all the crap bits."
Oh no. Who's that?
He's a friend.
Okay, do I know him?
No.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why.
So we'd been talking, you knew I had a book launch. It's kind of great because when you meet a girl that you're heavily in love with and want to marry if she wasn't going to move to another country, you really hope that you'll be celebrating the publication of 6 novels that you wrote, like that weekend. It's kind of like
so
nice
true.
timing.
And for me, I was like, oh my God, this guy is just like book launches and ooh, fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
From my memory, you mentioned it's like, this is happening if you would like to come, sort of thing. And I just instantly said, it's like, of course, I would love to come and
I
hear you.
could not believe that because I was like, who says, like, a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, I'll see if I can make it. But people wouldn't often come to that. And particularly because like my whole friend group and extended family was going to be there supporting
I did
me.
not know that part.
I felt like it was kind of a given.
No, I have never been to a book launch before. So that was my first ever book launch. So how am I going to know that there's going to be everybody in your family and all of your friends? And also, I'm somebody who invites me just to say, it's like, I'm doing this thing and I'm opening something, I don't know, I'm celebrating something, I would be like, yep, sure, I will definitely be there. I love to celebrate people's achievements.
And it's a beautiful quality, and I was very touched by that. And it was a very strange thing to do.
Hey!
Because my parents were in the room.
I did not know your parents are going to be there.
It was like, it's a community.
But I told you, you're not going to introduce me to your parents in any way, shape, or form. You do not get to know each other's parents in the third date. Like, no.
So we come to the point where there's like a hall, community hall, and I've introduced Samasha to everyone in the hall except my parents, who are like, why is there this girl who we're not allowed to be introduced to?
And now I know them and I love them dearly. They're the most beautiful people. And like, coming from a traditional background where a parent's getting to know somebody that you kind of dating or whatever, I don't know. It's just a big deal. You don't just like introduce a random guy or a girl to your parents.
It's
That's
like usually
insane.
it's usually the step in which you would be on your way to solidifying the marriage. Right?
Like, unless you're like super ready to be like yelled at, plus to make it confirm and then like go for a marriage. You don't introduce your parents. I things are getting changed, but that's how I.
And in Sri Lanka, usually like the girl's family would go to the guy's house. No, guy's family would go to the girl's house, and they'd have that conversation kind of parents to parents, and then vice versa. The girl's family would come to the guy's house, and then that's like the 2 steps basically. And then it's like, let's plan the wedding.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I was terrified. I didn't know. Like, what if they just?
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. They're so sweet, but. Yeah, I didn't want to see them. So it was just like, it was so funny at one point. Gauri and I were just standing right next to Sam's mom. And I was just like, just like trying to just like avoid her.
So like the great thing was that, yeah, everyone was there. It was almost like I'd organised a date and everyone in the room was a plant. So like Lara would come over to me and...
It was very sweet. I think it was Lara and Jen who welcomed me and Gauri. And like, oh, hi, Samasha, and this is Gauri. And I'm like, oh my God, how does these people know? Like,
everybody knew. So like Lara would come over to me and be like, oh, and here are these books and they want 2 copies signed of Eclipse. I'd be like, cool. And how's the Samasha situation? She'd be like, okay, we've got Brittany on her in the corner. She's talking to Emily. We've got B's going to come up and have a conversation after that. It's positive vibes. Everything's covered. And I'm like, good. Excellent.
Me and Gauri were actually talking like we didn't have any breaks between like communications. Like we would talk to somebody before that chat finishes, somebody just like swoops in and then like start another conversation. That doesn't happen. Like we didn't know any of these people and we were the only brown people in that space.
Yeah, I think we managed to have one non-white person.
Jen was there, so
Thank you,
that was
Jen.
good.
Yeah.
But other than that, the two of us are like, how? Like, these people just like keep on chatting to us. We're just getting to know people. This is great. But apparently it was all planned.
So, yeah, we had the book launch, and then afterwards we went back to my place for some board games.
Yeah. So, just backstory, I just dragged Gauri with me. I'm like, you made me go to the date, so now you're coming with me for this book launch thing. I'm not going by myself, so poor Gauri. I dragged her with me, and then she had to be there, and then you invited us for some board games. I'm like, I have a thing where I can't say no to people. I could have been easy. It's like, nope, I think that's it, I'm going home. But I was like, he just asked us to just drop by, like, I can't say no. And then like poor Gauri's like, okay. He comes
Here we go. Yeah, and I was so happy to meet Gauri and like give her a hug because like I knew I owed everything to her already. And then it was awkward because we were in the lounge, like an even smaller space, and you were standing with like your back to my dad, like trying to like avoid a conversation. I think I tried to have like a conversation with you during that as well, but like you still like went running back to Gauri at that point, and you're like, well, just board games, like.
Yeah, don't come to me.
But I still felt
I'm
like
just gonna sit next to Gauri.
I still felt like I wouldn't have a conversation because it was so enormous that you'd come to that and put yourself out there.
I'm a brave girl.
You're so brave.
Mm-hmm. And next is the fourth date,
So this is
which is in the same week.
This is already 3 dates in the first week, all according to plan.
Yeah, they have
For
to
the sake of love.
I went next week and tell Lauren, actually, my good friend who I was working with at the time. She was just like, oh my God, like, how much happened in a week?
You should talk about those Lauren chats.
Yeah, they're just pretty hilarious.
So Lauren's a really fun Scottish girl.
Yes. She's a Scottish Yanaka. I was actually training her at the time. Our training sessions, like, they just got a teeny bit longer because of advices that I was getting from her about dating this Caucasian man. She's Scottish, so she understands.
And it was kind of nice that you had a token Caucasian to go to in these trying times.
I would go and say something weird. It's like, oh my God, I don't know. Like, is this normal? She's like, yeah, that's normal.
She's like, white people are like that. Yeah, don't worry about it.
She's amazing. We just had great chats and talk about so many different things, including I went to 4 dates in this 1 week. And what do you think, Lauren? She was really good.
She's awesome, and she ended up being at the wedding as a bridesmaid.
She was one of my bridesmaids. Yeah. She flew all the way to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, she deserved that for her services.
So the 4th date was so funny in itself because this was the next day. So Saturday was the book launch. Sunday morning, Sam was messaging me. And again, I think I was at Gauri's place.
I think you must have messaged this the evening.
At my place.
You must have messaged this the evening after the book launch, because I was like, I just felt exhausted and destroyed, not just because of my romantic life that week, but also because like it was just took so much planning that event and the emotions and all those interactions. And then you were like, oh, by the way, tomorrow morning there's a gathering.
You were asking me, like, should we, like, what are you doing on Sunday? Like, blah, blah, blah. I kind of thought, I was like, well, we're just having this gathering. I met a few friends the week before through Gauri, actually. So one of Gauri's flatmates at the time, we started talking about very deep conversations about Buddhist philosophy. And one night, till like 3 o'clock in the morning, poor Gauri was like falling asleep next to us. And he had 2 more friends, and we just started talking about having a meditation retreat sort of thing, like a session. And the Sunday morning at Gauri's place, I told Sam, like, we're just catching up for a meditation session. I mean, if you want to come, you can.
By the way, on the first date, the thing we didn't mention is like one of the first questions Samasha asked me was, do you meditate?
I think, do you know how to meditate or something?
Okay, but it was very like, there wasn't much lead into it. And I felt like...
out of nowhere.
I had meditated before a little bit. Like, I think Mum and I kind of been interested in Buddhism before. I'd done some meditation. I'd taken meditation classes from Michael's aunt. And so I'd kind of explored that in the past, even though I wasn't, regularly doing my 20 minutes a day. So I was glad, I was like very, very grateful that I was able to say yes to that question, because I felt like otherwise...
It would have, not that I would just like, nope.
It was a big tick though.
But it was a massive tick.
It was a big tick.
Yeah, I was really happy because, it's a very unique thing to find somebody who, and I'm somebody who would just like go to a party and then just like dance like crazy and then like could go to the next day to a meditation retreat and then not talk and meditate.
Maybe I could have done that in my youth, but
So it's just like somebody who would understand and also would be equally reciprocate the same kind of interest is something very rare. So good take.
Yes. So yeah, Marsha mentioned this was happening on the Sunday morning. There's going to be a meditation gathering, and I think like I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because I was just so tired, and I kind of, you know, in the past I've given like a lot of myself to relationships and kind of throw myself in without kind of thinking about self-care at the same time. So I was thinking maybe I have like gone very far for this crazy love quest this week, and maybe I should just have some recharge time. 3 dates in 1 week, maybe that was fair. But then I think I mentioned this in front of Lara, and she was just like, "What are you thinking, you fool?" So I think that sunk in, and then I ended up Ubering to Gowries on Sunday morning. It was the rainiest day ever.
Oh.
It cost like $65 for that Uber.
Oh God, you have spent so much Uber money around that time we were dating. And then Sam came in, and we were already getting ready to do the meditation session, and I was like, "Are you hungry?" And then he's like, "No, I'm okay." And I was like, because Gauri was joking, it was like, "You need to make her coffee," and I was like, he said no, so I was like, great. And then we sat down. We sat down to have a meditation session. So the funny thing is that, so my friend Kindu, she just put a guided meditation, which is supposed to be 20 minutes because there were so many new people.
Also, before the meditation started, like naturally, Kindu asked us, "Oh, how do you two know each other?"
Oh yes, that was hilarious. We just was like, "Oh, we met like a week, like this week."
Yeah, it's like, didn't know each other a week ago.
Yeah, it was. They are such a good bunch of people. We just have so fun chats.
Again, it was weird that you'd just met them really recently.
Met them a week ago.
Because it felt like you were introducing me to your long-term friends, but these are people you had actually met like 2 weeks before.
And we sat down. It was supposed to be 20 minutes, and then she started this meditation where I think it was, I can't remember who the Ajahn was, but I think he was talking about, like, was it concentrating on the life in different ages? And
you're imagining yourself maybe like at a younger age, and then what you'd be like when you got older and progressed through each age. Yeah.
Was it a love and kindness meditation?
I'm not sure. I was definitely aging.
I can't remember what it was. I think it's kind of like giving compassion and love and caring for all stages of your life.
The reason I don't remember is because for a lot of the meditation there was silence.
Yeah, the reason was, so the meditation started, we were just all doing the meditation, and so let's say 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old or something.
Imagine yourself when you're 40, and now when you're 50.
And it was silence for like another 20, 30 minutes. Apparently the soundtrack broke, like her phone stuck or something, so it wasn't playing. But obviously in the meditation, a lot of silence. So everybody's like, now she would be 60.
And as our friend Kasun said afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, I was like waiting to age her, and I was really excited to see what happened next. Now, like, we're just frozen."
And then everybody's like, "Yep, okay, stay with the breath, whatever."
And I haven't meditated for a while, so I'm like trying to be in the zone, trying to impress with my meditation.
And after a while, I was like, I was getting cold. It was such a cold morning, as Sam was saying. It was such a heavy raining day. So I was about to go up to grab a jacket or something, and I just not like just like
you tapped me. I was like, what happened?
I was like, no, nothing. I'm just. Are you okay?
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, I'm okay. And then he went back to meditation, and I was
because you're like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing all right." You're like, "Oh, good, because I'm leaving." I'm like, "What?"
And I left to grab a jacket. Apparently, Sam was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, she just left me in here meditating with these people I don't know. Is she coming back?
I just went to grab a jacket. I'm sorry.
Thinking it was $65 for the Uber.
And I came back and sat down. And it was still going.
Also,
after a while, I think Kinder realized.
In my head, I was just thinking, like, I was like, you're at peace, just in, out, and there's no way this is like a half-hour meditation. No, just dismiss that thought. Think of the next thought. There's no way.
It was going and going and going. I don't know when Kindu realized, like, it has been an hour or so, I think.
After
She just kind of thought,
by the
oh,
time-
shoot, I'll just...
By the time she realized it was so long. But anyways, it was so
I think because then abruptly it's like, and now you're a... Oh, carried on again. So that was good. That was another gold star for Sammy
yeah,
Boy.
another I just like, okay, he can handle meditation.
He's passed the gauntlet of trials. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
7 a.m. New Zealand time.
Tuesday, or whatever day it is in your weird time zone, if you're in Latvia or Luxembourg.
Or Sri Lanka, or like, I don't know, wherever on the earth of the planet.
Why did I go to Latvia first? Bye.
Bye-bye.